Hello my friends and welcome to my YouTube page, Corrine Crafts. I hope you are well. I hope you've been enjoying the videos recently. There's been a few different ones and today's is different again. It is a very simple card, but it's a Thrifty Thursday card and you will see how little I use. I've stuck them down. That is all I'm going to use is about 3/4 of an inch strip of as many colours as you want to make this gorgeous sentiment. I love it. I think it's fun, it's bright. Sometimes we need simple. You could make this a lot more male if you just maybe did it all in like blues and greens and yellows, didn't do it as hearts. You could, I don't know, you could do cogs, whatever you wanted to do. You could change this up, male or female. It'd be a really good one. So I'm going to show you now how to make it. It's really good fun. Look at that, it's mounted on foam tape. Really lovely. Hope you enjoy this and I'll show you how it's made now. So because it's Thursday and we all know I like to do my Thrifty Thursday cards on a Thursday, I thought I'd have a go at this one. And all I've got is 8 pairs of little strips of card. Now they're not all exactly the same width. They're about 3/8 of an inch wide. So you know it's together they form about 3/4 of an inch wide. So you can either cut one at 3/4 of an inch, half an inch or something like that, or you can just do as I've done and split them. You'll see they're all different lengths. They're just cut from whatever scraps I had, but that is all I'm going to use. And then I'm going to use this die set, and it could be any die that you've got that's a sentiment that has a matte layer and the detailed layer. So all you need, any sentiment. So if you've and a lot of people do them where they do a matte layer and a sentiment to go over the top. So you need both of those. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these and we're going to make the, let me get this right, the matte layer. We're going to use these to cut the matte layer. I'll put that there. So what I've got now, the first time I did this, I did it on just an adhesive sheet, but I've decided that this time as I'm filming it I'm going to do it on an adhesive foam sheet. So you can get these wherever. This was just a little scrappy bit, you can see it's a bit tired, didn't it, that I had in my stash, and I've cut it so that it's just a little bit bigger than my sentiment. So I cut it to that size so that I sort of know where I'm going. I know that the height of this is about 3 inches, so I know that wherever I go with these they're all a little bit bigger, and that's all I needed, but they were just scraps. So I'm going to take this off. If you feel, what I found quite handy was to have that like that, and then that's it. I would rest that on there so it still lifts off, but it's something to lean on, and then you put them on in the order that you want. So I'm going to use the far edge to measure as a straight line. You can see there, right? So I've got that one lined up against that straight edge. So it's no good doing it against that edge because that's not straight. I just needed a straight edge to start with. So once I've done the first one, I'm going to bring this up close actually. I'm just using this as a hand rest, and then going to put the second one on. I'm going up nice and tight and close to that. There we go. We want that to butt up there. Let's move that down a little bit. Next colour. Now this is, it's entirely up to you what order of colours you do them in. Oh gosh, it's very sticky indeed. And then you just keep butting them up like that. Like I say, if you want to, you can do them as thin strips, thick strips. Have I got these upside down? Yes, I have. I'm doing them as 2 strips because I like the effect of that groove down the middle. It almost gives it that sort of an embossed look. That's the only reason I'm doing it as 2 strips. What do I want to do next? Let's go pink next, so we're sort of in that right colour family. Just butting them right up to the edge. Once you started with 2, you've got to carry on with the 2. Or you could do, you've either got to have them completely different, every one. That would also look good if you had each one cut at a different random size, as long as there was no sort of pattern to it. Yeah, that would work. So just keep, I've got, as you can see, I've got, just a minute, let me put that one on so I can show you and point. I've got a pearlescent card, I've got a linen card, I've just got a matte card. You know, it completely mixes and matches, and you can see on here that mine aren't all exactly the same. I try to do them similar, but they're just not all the same. What should we do after that? Oh, yellow, I think. and my yellow's it's not too long, so I just need to make sure that butts up nice and tight. There we go. And the next one, butt it up nice and tight. There we go. Just keep pressing them down. And I've got another, get the linen card the right way up. I can't see in this light. There we go. And you can see we're just keeping adding them on. Now don't worry about this end, because at the end of the day we're going to be cutting the die cut out of this. It was just to help me to get them straight. And let's see where we can go with this. Probably don't need this one on, but I'm going to put it on because then I've not got any adhesive when I need to put it through, you know, showing when I need to put it through my die cutting machine. Okay, so as I said, I'm just actually going to trim that, just because if I don't, it'll be, I didn't want to go right to the edge. Don't worry if it's not straight, because you're going to be cutting out. This is just to protect my cutting plates. There we go. There we are. Right, okay. So all you need to do next is take your die and pop it on, making sure that if it's easier, you might want to just trim those off so you can see where the top of the card is. That was no other reason. And put that onto there. Now I'm lifting it up a little bit. Oh, right, what I also want to do is make sure I've got roughly the same amount of the first and last colour, because that's the sort of thing that would annoy me. If you had like a slither of one and a lot of the other, so I think that's about the same. So I'm going to take that down. And the other good thing is I'm going to show you, I'm going to use this little bit as well in a minute. There's no waste. So let's take our plate. Now I'm going to try it without my magnetic shim, because like I say, I did it on just a regular adhesive sheet before. I'm just going to put another piece on there because I'm going to have to look at it halfway through. I'm just putting it on the foam this time. I don't want to totally squash it. Let's see. Oh, I think this is going to be enough. It's really struggling to go through. Well, get started. I don't want to squash all the life out of the foam. I think that's through. I think. Yes, it is. That's through. There we go. So we can take the tape off there, and then look at this. This just pops out. What it's possibly trying to do is come off the backing. It's the backing sheet. It's not gone through. So I'm actually not going to take it off for a minute because it's cut through the foam, but it's not cut through the backing sheet. So I'm going to leave that for 1 minute, and I'm going to show you the next bit. So the next bit is I've got my sentiment, and my sentiment I'm just cut out of white cardstock. So let's poke that out. This is nothing fancy. So I've now got my outline and my sentiment. I'll put that on in a minute. So we need something to put this on, so you can see I've got this lovely colour coming through here. It's just like a rainbow, isn't it? And you can imagine all the different events. You can, you know, if you just want to do shades, you could just do lots of different shades of blue, different shades of pink, depending on the recipient that you're going to give it to. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I've just got a background out. Let's move that out of the way. You can have whatever you want. Now these are hearts, but I'm actually going to try and not notice that they're hearts because I'm not going to use it the right way up. So I've just got a background die and I've cut it out of card. So it's got a cutting blade around the outside. If you haven't got one that's got a cutting blade, just cut a piece and then just cut it down to the size that you want. So that could sit onto some coloured, but I'm actually going to mount that onto some white. So I've got the tiniest border around the outside. Now, I've gone a little bit OTT with the foam tape. I was putting it on and then I suddenly thought, there's a lot here. So just bear with me. I'm going to take these off. I might speed it up while I take those off. If only you could see behind the camera. So when I know I'm going to be speeding something up or cutting it out, I stop talking. But the urge to talk is so strong, I have to actually like clamp my lips together. If you could see me sat here with my lips clamped together so that I don't actually talk, because otherwise when you speed it up, you get this, you know, that like really silly voice. Okay, as if my voice isn't silly enough already. So take that, I just put a little bit of glue on to give me a little bit of wiggle room, and then that will fit on there perfectly. So you've just got the tiniest white border, and then it's about finding a colour of card that you've got in your project. So I've gone for the pink because, as you all know, I love pink. Pink's probably my favourite colour to craft with, although I am enjoying crafting with blue. What does everybody else do? What colours do you like to craft with? Because we are naturally drawn towards certain colours to craft with, aren't we? And my colour is definitely pink. But like I say, I've been doing a lot more blues and things, and enjoying it. And you'll have seen there was definitely more blue type colours in this month's colour challenge palette, wasn't there? It was, yeah, there's just something that's, now that is not straight, so aren't I glad I put the glue on. Yeah, I really am getting a little bit more into the blues. Don't know why, don't know where it's come from, but it's just so clean, isn't it? But I do like pink. I do a lot with pink. Right, so that's going to be on there. So that's the base of my main card. So this was a card for a 7-inch card base, and I'm just going to pop this onto there. I've trimmed it down just a little bit, just to make it fit. I wanted a big border. I wanted a nice chunky border. You don't normally see me do borders like that. Now, if you want to, what you can do is you can grab something flat, like a cutting plate or a stamping block, and put that on just while that grabs. But it's all right. I'm really pleased with that. So I mean, look at that as a card base. Doesn't that look lovely? You could be doing all sorts with that. Okay, so now I can actually finally peel this away. So I'm going to take this off. As I say, it's not cut through the back, but that's just my adhesive layer. So I'm going to treat it like I do with my foam tape. Oops. And I'm going to just peel that off. You can see it's cut all the way through the foam. That's not a problem. Just that plastic on the back that's still attached, still in one. Oh, not there it isn't. It's peeling off there. Let me just peel that off. There we go. Ooh, and there we go. There's my birthday matte layer. Actually, I don't need to put glue on there. And I'm going to bring that. Now, I've got lines on here, so I'm going to put the birth there. What I haven't told you about is this sentiment was from one of my own signature collections that I did years and years ago. And this here is actually my handwriting. I wrote birthday, then they made the matte layer from it, which I think is super cool. And it's something that I love every day when I look at this. I never take it for granted that I've been able to put my own handwriting into a die. That's what that one is. So yes, I feel very privileged for that. What am I doing with that? I've got my glue press. Let's go with my glue press because that'll be much better. So look at that. I love this birthday sentiment on here, and then we can go with the glue press just to get some glue onto here. It just gives you out just the right amount so it doesn't all ooze out, and you can get right in to the detail. There we go. And we can put that on there like that. Now this die set came with a set of stamps. Again, I hand wrote some words. I've never felt as comfortable with those as I did with this bit. So I've just taken Crafter's Companion Happy Birthday set of stamps. Like here, the happy and the birthdays are all separate, and I've used that one. Is it that one? No, it's not. It's that one. That one, just to stamp it out. And I'm going to put that. Now I could raise that, but that's raised, so I'm going to put this on flat. We're making this up as we go along, folks. You know me. So let's try and put that roughly in the middle. I think that's not bad. If you want to get a ruler out, you can. So we've got our happy birthday. And do you remember I said keep this little bit here? Well, you can see from the one that I was practicing on, I've then taken any heart dies, but I've used my Gemini. They're like they make sequins, the Jewels of Love, and all I've done is I've cut out of here some hearts, and I'm just going to pop them onto the card quite randomly, just onto here. And if you wanted to, you could think it through, Corrine. These have got, now this is maybe going to go wrong. I didn't think this through, did I? It's got adhesive backing on because it's from the first one. There we go. Oops. There we go. So we can then just pop some of these on. Some of them go over the seam, but that's not a problem. I've got glue on my pokey tool. I hope a lot of you have been buying these pokey tools, because I know Wayne was on Hobby Maker with these, so I hope it gave everybody a chance to find them. I always put, I haven't done a post, I haven't done a tutorial yet without a link to Wayne's website with these, so hopefully you've been able to get them. But they are the prettiest pokey tools I've ever had. So let's just go over there. What else have I got? I want an orange one. This is actually harder than I thought, because like I say, I've cut it out of the sheet with the adhesive backing on. If I didn't have this adhesive backing on, as you saw me start to do, I would just do it with my wet glue. So we can put them over there. Do I need any more than that? I like those hearts. And add in a couple. Oh, I'm going to do that one up this way. Oh, where did that go? Oh, I've not got many of those. It's just popped there. It is. That was good spotting. Put that one on, and then a yellow one, because I've got a yellow. Oh, I'll use this yellow because it's a better match. Put that one. I don't know why I'm putting them over the holes, but I just am. And then what else have we got? I've done. Let's see if I've got a green. This green's like quite a good match, isn't it? Oh yeah. So let's go down there. There we go. I think that'll do. How about like that? So I've got a mix of 3 hearts and 3 gems. And that is all I'm going to do. This is probably one of the simplest cards I've done in quite a while. But I think that is really, really effective. What do you think? And I'm really chuffed because it's got my handwriting on in die form. You can see this is on foam tape. But the one I did originally was on a self-adhesive sheet. If I peel that off, you can see on here. Oh, if I can get that off. It was just on an adhesive backing sheet. There you go, look at that. So that would have gone on flat. So it's entirely up to you. How do you want it? How do you like it? But I really, really like that. I like it for the simplicity. Sometimes less is more, and that is definitely the case. So there you go, nice quick one for you today. Our Thrifty Thursday. Did you see? That was literally those strips of card, and they, or paper rather, and they could be any colour you want. And I've still got some bits here that I can cut out shapes and do on there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. As always, there will be links down at the bottom, and links to things that you might be able to buy, and of course links to my Buy Me a Coffee page, and yes, lots of all of my other tutorials are on my website. There are over 100. We have just gone over 100 different videos now, so I hope you are enjoying these. Please let me know what you think, and if you are inspired to have a go, please share your makes. I'd love to see what you make. And like I say, there are so many different sentiment dies out and about that you'll be able to take this from. So until the weekend, thank you for watching. As always, will never know how much I do appreciate everyone's support. It's absolutely amazing. So please don't forget to click that subscription button if you can. Leave me a comment, and I'll be back at the weekend with some more crafty inspiration. So until then, take care, my friends. Bye for now.